Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy K High, and I'm sitting here with two hip hop Hall of Famers, Styles P and Havoc. How y'all doing?
What's good,
Good,
bro?
good, good.
Can't call it, man. Pleasure to be on here with y'all. You already know why we're here. We're gonna talk about your collabo effort, Wreckage Manner. Man, what an explosion of Sonics and Heat Rocks, which is as expected. But my first question, first note, can y'all talk to me about the title? What was the logic behind naming it Wreckage Manner?
Wreckage, synonym for Havoc, Manner, synonym for Styles. And you
Straight
hear
up, there you go. Wreckage Manner.
the Wreckage.
Okay, that's straightforward. The first track, Fuck Around. Havoc, you actually mentioned this throughout the project. Y'all are really breathing that fire, straight like dragons. So how would y'all describe the overall journey that people are going to experience when listening to this?
The journey that I would describe for people is like, yo, if you fuck with hip hop, if you fuck with the Locks, you fuck with Mobb Deep, if you fuck with hip hop, period, it's like that journey that you like, that you familiar with, because people try to take you up this path constantly. They try to steer you here, they try to steer you there. You know what I mean? But the journey that you're gonna take is one that you're familiar with, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, okay, thank you. You understand what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna thank us.
Yeah, it's amazing. Styles, what you think? It's the word.
I think it's just a fucking super dope, incredible vibe. I think, like you said, sonically, I think Have provided something music-wise, sonically, that people could really grasp. You don't really hear a whole project with that kind of. It's a lot. I feel like it's soul with a lot of fucking soul and grit, man.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? It's sort of like fucking hip hop. It's not like bluish, but like it gives you that fucking just that real soulful, that soulful feeling. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, most definitely. And that was one of my questions down the line, but I might as well get into it now. I really fucked with the sequencing. We could start with tracks 1 and 2. Off rip, you get hit with that rugged vibe. It's kind of like a chin check, a punch in the face, but then we go into some more bluesier, soulful vibes in track number 2. So how important is sequencing to y'all as artists? A lot of people, the listening litigators, they'll come at people for listening to things on shuffle. And then you have artists. I know Adele recently spoke out about purposefully sequencing things in a way. So how important is that to you?
If you ask me, Havoc, um, the sequence of the album is very, very important. That's why I left it to, my counterparts. You know what I'm saying? Like I left it to not my counterparts, but I left it to like people like Prodigy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, I worked so much on the album is that I can't even say like, yo, let me do the order of the album. You understand what I'm saying? So when me and P did this album, Styles P saying, Styles P,
Really?
um, I'm like, yo, I left all of that to them. You know what I mean? And when Styles P, kind of picked, the song order, you know, um, I couldn't even have been more happy that that was the correct song order for it to be in.
Yeah, definitely. That shit hit. Y'all nailed it on the money with that as expected.
Yeah, I give credit to my homie Diesel the Machine for that too. With I always sit with Diesel or Poobs, and the sequence is important because it's a ride. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially I think if you come up in the golden era, you especially, you want to make sure that shit is hitting in the whip because you're riding around, you're doing shit, and you want it to flow. You don't want to be skipping. You want an album with a lot of joints on it. Everybody's not gonna like every joint on every album all the time, but you want a majority of the people to like most of the album and the flow of the album, so they could kind of get you want to take them on a ride.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it was. My next question to y'all, what was a sign that this was the time for y'all to put this collaborative project together? Because y'all obviously have known each other for a while. Styles, we can start with you.
When Half sent that first beat, it was undeniable that We had to get shit done. It was simple as that for me, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I was honored and privileged. Like you know, I tell everybody, like, Av means a lot to hip hop, period. And as the producer is one of the illest producers that ever fucking lived. So sonically, what he provides is, you know, I just made sure to do my job, to come in and make sure I fulfill and do my duty. Like, you know, I felt, you know, because I felt I had an easier job. He's producing and rhyming, like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I have to, you know, so that's why I try to make sure I bring a different style hook, or, you know, I go into just different sounds, trying to match his sound the way he's going with it.
Mm. Okay. Havoc, what was the sign for you to lock in with Styles and grace fans with something like this?
You know, after years of listening to the locks, and after years of being a fan of Styles P, you kind of already knew what you was walking into. You understand what I'm saying? But
Gotcha.
whatever he would have came to the table with, I'm pretty sure I would have been, you know, accustomed to and ready to adapt to. So, you know, I just was like, you know, kind of elated that I got a
I
chance
was
to
rhyming
work
his
with.
fucking ass off. That's what made me woke up. He sent me a beat. I sent the verse back, and they sent his verse back. I said, oh, okay, here we fucking go. We are ready. We off to the races, baby.
And let me tell you, man, you know, hats off to Styles P. You know, when he was sending them songs back, I was like, yeah, just like he just said, I was like, oh shit, it's on like popcorn.
Yeah, straight like that. And that was really refreshing to hear, and I know fans will attest to that as well. Y'all easily could have assembled the legendary rap Avengers to put this together, but y'all mostly kept it between yourselves. What was the decision, or what was the logic behind that decision? Excuse me.
It just flowed that way, really, man. One, we didn't fucking need nobody else, to be honest with you. We hit the project. And two, I think you don't, you know, we did something organic. Like, it was just an organic cook up, bake up, and I already didn't rhyme enough on a lot of those beats. Like, you know what I mean? I should have rhymed more. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to be greedy, but we wanted to make it sonically right, a great feel, but also great timing of it. It's not only a great flow, it's great timing, and enough for you to understand what the fuck we're gonna do, and enough for you to get ready for part two.
All right. Okay. Part two on the way. We'll take that. We can leave that right where it's at. Styles, pay me in cash. You just rapping on a record. You ain't spaz, nigga. It's like that sometimes. But are there any new school artists that y'all have grown to appreciate for having a no mercy approach to a beat like y'all have always had throughout your careers?
I love East's approach on the beat. I love Griselda's approach on the beat.
Yeah.
You said new though, right? What kind of? Yeah.
But I mean, hey, you can take it wherever you want to.
Yeah, I love. There's a lot of different people. I love how they really approach and attack a record. I love how one, I think Black Thought, like Black Thought and Royce the 5'9" really attack their records. Like, they really dive in to kind of, as an MC, like, I'm listening as an MC, so I'm listening to them ride the beat, but it's like they kind of really attack the fucking beat. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like they kind of, you know, some people you get it one with the beat, some people you ride the beat, some people the beat rides them, and some people attack the beat. Like, you know what I mean? There's different kind of versions of what you could do on a beat and how you're feeling. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You could hear when Banks attacks beats. Banks rides them, but he attacks it, but in a calm, very calm, smooth, very smooth way. Lloyd Banks, he's really, really smooth, but he's really, really attacking the beat, but in a calm way. It's like his wind's good. Like, as a boxer, you would say he's trained to go to distance and stay calm. Like, so it's just different. There's different approaches. Luch dismantles beats. He does more than attack them. Luch, he really destroys the beats. He just has no mercy. MOP, same thing. They fucking demolished the beat. They just the beat had no chance from the beginning. So I think it's just, you know, a lot of people Kiss rides it, murders it. Like, so it's just different approaches on different nights. Talib will attack a beat and give you knowledge, but he's attacking the beat, and then, but he's calm enough to give you jewels. So it's just different approaches with a lot of different MCs, and it's you know, everybody has a certain approach and style.
Of course.
Ghost and Ray, same shit. Very smooth, but it's a calculated attack. It's very, it's like assassin-like. It's assassin-like. It's creepy. Like you get shot out of you didn't see it, but you just shot. So I think everybody approaches it kind of different in different ways, and everybody kind of changes. Like, you know, I think just how the game goes.
Yeah, most definitely. Felony level, that's real talk. Havoc, what about you? What do you think? Anybody that you appreciate who just contains that no mercy approach to the beat like you guys?
Oh man, you know, it's kind of hard to say because day to day it gets different. You know what I mean? So I don't want to pick a favorite. I do respect what Style said because I totally agree. Me and him is in the same vein. But you know, listen, I'm gonna throw something out there that's gonna be really left field and it's gonna be a curveball.
What's up?
The artist that I love right now, her name is Yebba. You understand what I'm saying? And this artist is so crazy to me that when I listen to her music, it almost wants to make me like have a tear to my eyes. You understand what I'm saying? And her name is Yebba. It doesn't have nothing to do with hip hop, but it has everything to do with hip hop. You know what I mean? And I think that when artists find other artists that they can salute, they should salute them. And I salute Yebba. Like I just love her music. It's in my car right now.
Yeah, that's fire. Yebba is definitely cold, and I know she started to get a lot of love with her appearance on Drake's Certified Lover Boy. But yeah,
I didn't even know she was on Drake stuff.
She got an interlude. It's fire.
Yeah.
But her stuff in general is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And just off of that, another thing I wanted to ask, something that's always stuck out to me, and I think a lot of you guys as fans, is your voices. You know, obviously y'all are no strangers to that Ruger talk, but it's the ruggedness that you bring to it. You know, I used to play basketball, and I feel like if I was in the huddle and y'all was coaching us, we would go out there and drop 100 easy. So how significant would y'all say a rap voice is in comparison to everything else that comes with being an artist? You know, like the vision, the skill, etc.
You know what? Turn your voice into a voice. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that it takes a voice or whatever. Turn your voice into a voice.
That's a good fucking point. I think your voice should just match your artistry, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think it says. I think people pay attention to a person's voice after you start getting the artistry and you start understanding. And I do think like certain voices do stick out, but I think when the voice, I think everything's a package deal. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's just part of it, because sometimes like a voice could be fucking annoying too. Like, there's some people I love their fucking bars, but I just don't want to hear their fucking voice after a minute. So it's like that shit. So it's like that could go either way. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of dudes with like good bars. Like, there's a lot of dudes who whine rap. Like, I hate that shit, boy. I hate mumble rap. Like,
oh my God.
That shit, like, you know. So,
oh my God, he's telling the truth.
Yeah, I believe it. Havoc, what's the key to keeping that raw sound alive? You know, from the golden era, but also making something that's current with today's time.
I would say this, man. I really don't have something that I could tell you that would be a silver bullet of keeping the old sound alive. But what I will tell you is that in trying to keep the old sound alive and being you, it's a fucking long journey and it's definitely perilous. It's hard, and just stick to your guns if you can, and don't think about money and just be who you can. You know, I cannot tell you to be like, yo, this is how you do it, but it's tough.
Yeah, I could imagine. I mean, music moves so fast nowadays, especially if we're talking about the range of decades, you know, like y'all have experience. So that makes a lot of sense.
Now it has to make a lot of sense because I would just say like this again to reiterate. As an artist, we want things to stay like how we want them to stay, rosy and peachy, and stick to our style. But the life is full of change. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not telling you to change with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you to embrace it. But at the same time, uh, the culture doesn't embrace you and keep your staying same change. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a really tug of war. It's a love-hate relationship. But at the end of the day, I will say this, that you cannot be mad at change and you have to love change and you have to embrace change. But remain true to yourself.
Life shit. I got you. Styles, My Life with J. Cole, 21 Savage, Murray. Easily one of the best songs of 2021, Grammy nominated record, and obviously it samples your old gem, The Life with Yourself and Pharoah Monch. So what did you think about the song when you first heard it? And I know that you actually had a conversation with Cole. What was that combo like?
I thought it was pretty cool. You know, Cole reached out. It made me really have a ton of respect for him because how much respect he has for the craft. Like, you know what I mean? That young man's a huge star, and he called so humble and just paying so much homage, just as a student of the craft. Like, you know what I mean? And the same shit I'm saying about like even how Have was here before we got here. No matter if it was a year or 2 years, if somebody got there and they paved the way and did something that could crack your door open and you made it, that's fucking dope. So he called me, we had the conversation. He asked me to listen to the song. I was on it. Like I was on it. I thought it was a dope song. I thought it was really dope because fucking 21 Savage was spitting on there.
He was.
So like, you know what I mean? He was dumping, Cold dump. They put a twist on it, and I thought it was, it was groovy, and definitely all the fucking young kids was hitting my shit, like yo, and that part was fucked up because I'd be too tired and hot for that shit. But other than all the young people fucking at me to death, I thought it was really super cool. But I was appreciative of that because it brings it back, and for someone that that caliber to pay homage and go back and do a song like that just mean we've been doing our fucking job.
Yeah. No crumbs left on the table with what they did to that. And I was actually did an interview with one of the producers of that track, Jake One, and he was saying that like he was just happy to bring that sound back. He was talking about how much of a fan he was. So it's interesting to see that that's another example of hip hop and quality music never dying.
Yeah.
A couple more questions. So a lot of people were losing their shit over Wu-Tang, the American Saga, the series on Hulu. And obviously it made them think about other artists and other legacies that they wanted to see put into a cinematic effort. So is that something that you guys would ever consider with the legacies of Mobb Deep and the Lox, whether it was a TV series or a movie?
I would say definitely both groups need that. I mean, we stand for a lot in New York. I think besides that, I think a lot of not just from a musical point, but for our story background we come from, a lot of our stories need to be heard and told just so kids know like you could come from a certain place, come from a certain environment, been caught up even doing certain things in a certain lifestyle, and still brain get talent, find a way out and make something of yourself and then dive off other businesses. So I think all these stories are very important because it gives our youth to see a chance to see what we've been through, and really, I think what's really important, because if you speak about it, you look at how much money is being made nowadays. Like, that's why I think Hav said adapting with the times is very important, because whether I like all of this fucking music or not, it really, there's always going to be somebody at the top that's considered, whoever's at the top is going to be somebody lyrical. Somebody's saying number one, as long as it's somebody lyrical, I'm fucking good, and let everybody else make their money, because if you get one young black female, brown female off the corner, and they be able to provide their job, hype man, you know, they get to provide other people with jobs, and you get a chance to not be stuck in this fucking trap and have to rob nobody, sell no drugs. Then you got the merch person. Like, you're gonna money.
Oh, definitely. Havoc, you still there? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Where if we could give you a second, this is gonna be edited, so.
No, I'm still here.
Straight up. So that was something I wanted to get your take on that as well. Well, one, just to go off your point, Styles, y'all also preached that throughout Wreckage Manner. So that was definitely appreciative, even for young people like myself who needed that motivation and that raw from real OGs. But Havoc, is like a TV series or a movie on the legacy of Mobb Deep something you would ever consider or want to see put out?
That's my main focus now.
Okay.
Being that Prodigy is not here, I have to do that.
Facts. That's a fact, Jack.
Need that. Straight like that. My last question to y'all. I just want to say this. There aren't enough flowers in the rainforest to give both of y'all for what y'all put forward. Even, like I said, I was born in 96, and me falling in love with hip hop and rap brought me back to people like you guys. That's, yeah, exactly.
Nothing this nigga out, man.
But your impact is everlasting. You know what I'm saying? If somebody like me can come out here and say that I appreciate it, it's going to be people 10 years.
I'm humbled, man. I'm humbled and appreciative.
Yeah. Beautiful thing. If y'all had to pass the torch as members of two of the most undisputed golden groups in hip hop, if y'all had to pass the torch, who would it be to?
A group or just in general?
A group from the perspective of y'all.
I'm gonna give that to Griselda. I think they're doing a pretty fucking great job of holding down the culture. Even so, like, I want to even take it a little further. I appreciate what they do from a business aspect. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just about it's holding down the culture and then being able to tap into other cultures. So I think hip hop is in pretty safe hands. I think they fucking they spin real hard, fly, crazy shit, and you know, I think they cut from that cloth. I think you can't fake the cloth. You can't fake the cloth. That's one thing you can't fake. Like, you know what I mean? So I think they're doing a pretty fucking great job. So I think we good.
Most definitely. Can't knock that. Have what you think? Who would you pass the torch to if you had to?
All day, Griselda.
Straight like that.
All day. I mean, you know, the short answer is not the good one, but I'll give you my long version. The reason why I say Griselda is because even though they sound similar to, like, you know, what you used to, but they coming in the era where it's tough to be good. I mean, to get noticed as that. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, you know, because everything is like, so it got to be commercial, it got to be top 40, it got to be, you know what I'm saying, things like that.
Gotta be
so
soft.
they thriving in the era that is top 40 driven. So I give them salute for that.
Yeah, they're doing their thing. Shout out Conway, shout out Benny, shout out Westside. Kind of hard to argue against that, honestly speaking. That was my last question for y'all. Was there anything else that y'all wanted to add to the joint?
That
was it.
Got you. What'd you say, Styles? I think you got cut off.
Buy the fucking album, please, everybody.
Yes, run up that Wreckage Manner, and thank you to y'all for restoring that feeling and just blessing us with some actual heat.
Thank you, brother.